My name is Michael LaRosa and I will be talking about what causes obesity. Some of the things I'm going to cover today is genetics, food addiction, aggressive marketing, certain medications, food availability, sugar, misinformation, and the bottom line. So what the main cause of obesity is generally caused by eating too much or moving too little. If consume high energy amounts, particularly fat and sugars, but don't burn off the energy through exercise and physical activity, much of surplus energy will be stored by the body of fat. Obesity is one of the biggest health problems in America today. Over 35% of Americans suffer from it today, and 32% of children suffer from it. Relatable conditions associated with obesity: high blood pressure and elevated blood sugar. Over the past decades, much research has focused on the causes of obesity and how it could be prevented or treated. Willpower. Many people think that obesity is caused by the lack of willpower. Although weight gain is largely a result of eating behavior and lifestyle, some people are at a disadvantage when it comes to controlling their eating habits. Overeating is driven by various factors like genetics and hormones. Certain people simply predisposed to gaining weight. Genetics. Obesity has a strong genetic component. Children of obese parents are much more likely to have become obese than children of lean parents. That doesn't mean that obesity is completely predetermined, but what you eat can have a major effect on which genes are expressed and which are not. Genetic components affect your changes to gaining weight. Engineered junk foods. Heavily processed foods are often little more than refined ingredients mixed with the additives. These products are designed to be cheap, last long on the shelf, and taste so incredibly good that they are hard to resist. By making foods as tasty as possible, food manufacturers are trying to increase sales, but they also promote overeating. Most processed foods today don't resemble whole foods at all. These are highly engineered products designed to get people hooked. Food addictions. Many sugar-sweetened, high-fat junk foods stimulate the reward centers in your brain. In fact, these foods are often compared to commonly abused drugs like alcohol, cocaine, nicotine, and cannabis. Junk foods can cause addiction in individuals. These people lose control over their eating behavior, similar to people struggling with alcohol addiction losing control over their drinking behavior. Addiction is a complex issue that can be very difficult to overcome. When you become addicted to something, you lose your freedom of choice, and the biochemistry in your brain starts calling the shots for you. Aggressive marketing. Junk food producers are very aggressive marketers. Their tactics can get unethical at times, and they sometimes try to make the market very unhealthy products as healthy foods. These companies also make misleading claims. What's worse, they target their marketing especially towards children. In today's world, children are becoming more obese, diabetic, and addicted to junk foods long before they're old enough to make informed decisions about these things. Insulin. Insulin is a very important hormone that regulates energy storage, among other things. While insulin's role in obesity is controversial, several studies suggest that high insulin levels have a causal role in the development of obesity. Many pharmaceutical drugs can use weight gain as a side effect. For example, antidepressants have been linked to modest weight gain over time. Other examples include diabetes medication and antipsychotics. These drugs don't decrease your willpower. They alter the function of your body and brain, reducing metabolic rate or increasing appetite. Food availability. Another factor that dramatically influences people's waistline is food availability, which has increased massively in the past few centuries. Food, especially junk food, is everywhere now. Shops display tempting foods where they are most likely to gain your attention. Another problem is that junk food is often cheaper than healthy, whole foods, especially in America. Some people, especially in poor neighborhoods, don't even have the option of purchasing real foods, like fresh fruits and vegetables. Convenience stores in these areas are only sell sodas, candy, and processed packaging junk foods. Sugar and misinformation. Added sugar may be the single worst aspect of the modern diet. People all over the world are being misinformed about health and nutrition. There are many reasons for this, but the biggest problem is largely depends on where people get their information from. Many websites, for example, spread inaccurate or even incorrect information about health information. Some news outlets also oversimplify or misinterpret the results of scientific studies, are frequently taken out of context. The bottom line of obesity. While you can't fully control the way your body works, you can learn how to control your eating habits and change your life.